All right, what's going on YouTube? I'm just trying to make this video because I generally do care. And I gotta let you know this. I had to leave work early because I realized something, and it was sort of like an idea that popped up. And this is not really something that, you know, this is not something where I'm just like, oh, alarmed, but it's about your nervous system, right? And I found out, right, or at least this is what I believe, your nervous system is affected by other people. Now, listen to what I have to say. So I'm not a doctor or anything by this way, but this is just something that I just know generally. Your nervous system is the electrical impulse of the body that turns it on and turn it off. So think about a phone, right? Your body is the phone, right? What happens when the battery is low? You need to charge it, right? You need the charger to charge your phone and put it into the outlet, right? So the charger is your nervous system. The outlet is whatever you do for you to recharge. If you're introvert, right? Maybe you have to spend some time away from people or from the outside world for you to charge. If you're extrovert, maybe you need to be amongst people. But this is for introverts specifically, because I'm an introvert and this is what I believe, because I think introverts go through the same thing as well. So the damage that is caused from people to damage your nervous system is from passive aggression and microaggressions. Those are what can damage your nervous system, believe it or not. It's not about you being weak. It's not about you being soft. You will hear people saying all the time, it's like, oh, you hurt your feelings because people were being mean to you, or it hurts your feelings because people was being rude to you. No, it's not you being soft. It's a real thing, bro. If somebody hurts your feelings, when people say it hurts my feelings, that means it hurts your nervous system. And now what happens when you're constantly getting your feelings, aka your nervous system, hurt all the time? It can lead to digestive issues, and believe it or not, it can lead to autoimmune diseases, right? It can lead to chronic stress and aging, and believe it or not, it could actually unalive you from the world, bro. If you go through enough of it where your nervous system is getting damaged by words of people, because that's one way to damage your nervous system is from words. Believe it or not, words carry energy. Words can really like traumatize people. Believe it or not, there are some people that went through life, right, and it was completely traumatized through the words of other people. Imagine you being bombarded by negative influences all around you. Nothing that's positive been coming out of their mouths. It's just negativity. Here. Bad energy, bad vibes. When people give you these like microaggressive vibes, passive aggressive vibes towards you, that can also damage your nervous system. Because it's not just words alone. It could be the energetic pulses from people. Have you ever just hovered around somebody and you can feel like this vibe on you? Like, is this like a vibe on you? Is this like on your back? Let's say somebody's behind you. You can feel the bad vibes behind them. That is affecting your nervous system as well. That's why you see a lot of introverts, right? They try to stay away from people because they are empathic people. Empathic people tends to sense energy, and they could easily absorb it. That's why you see a lot of people are like, when it comes to introverted empaths people, a lot of them have gravitational pull, right? They tend to have people gravitate towards them a lot. I deal with that problem a lot, and I deal with it on a daily basis. I'm not trying to make this about me. Another thing, I'm just telling you based on my experience, right? I tend to, for me, just being out here into the real world, right, and seeing what the world really is, I noticed that I tend to gravitate people around me. I tend to get attention from people, like and it's kind of uncomfortable, but I learned to manage it. Maybe you are an introvert yourself. You tend to get attention from people. So some of you may know what I'm talking about. But when you're constantly dealing with that vibes, right, where you just don't feel like you don't want to be noticed, you don't want to kind of be like seen in the room, right? That could also damage your nervous system, because now you are attracting this unwanted attention, right? And that's gonna make you kind of feel like off. It's gonna make you feel off. So that's why I'm saying, if you're like an empathic person and you're introverted, bro, you are very vulnerable in this world. Now, some of you are saying, "Oh, bro, like, what is that supposed to mean, bro? You telling me just because you're an empath and you're introverted and stuff like that, you can't be around people?" No, 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 no. I'm not saying that as the case. There are some empathic introverted people that still go around people, but they're around the right people. They're around the right people, right? Now, the energy vampires will tend to attack these empathic introverted people. These people will get in your way. These people will just say a few words to you that will make you feel the wrong way. You know, these people will rub elbows with you for no reason, and just because they can sense the good energy in you. You know, now I'm not trying to make this a spiritual thing, but I'm being really transparent here, and I'm telling you how to manage these things, right? Because I tend to deal with this almost every day. And I know there's somebody out there that needs to hear this. So if you are an empathic introvert, it's best as possible to really like prepare a shield for yourself. It could be any shield. You have to do something that makes you feel very, very confident. Like you have to build your confidence, right? You have to do something that makes you feel very, very confident, to the point where people won't really like try to question you. What does that mean? Now, I'm not saying that you have to fake it. Like, for example, one thing I do to build my confidence is to build my mind and build my body, right? You got to build your chest. If you're a man, you got to build the chest, because apparently if you have a big chest and you have big shoulders, people ain't going to try you as much. The only people who's going to try you is women. And trust me, I know this because I deal with women all the time when I'm out. Apparently a lot of the things I be dealing with is mainly with women, bro. Really, the dudes I don't really bother with. It's just that at the gym, but yeah, it's mainly girls, bro. But anyway, you have to do something that makes you feel confident, right? Where people can sense that radiance off of you. Like for me, I tend to build my mind. I like to read a lot. I'm an avid reader. I'm a bookworm, and I also like to build my body, right? It makes me just feel like, it makes me feel confident to the point where it's like, okay, I'm very articulate, right? And my physique makes me feel good. It makes me feel dominant. So when I walk, you know, people can sense that feeling. Or even doing mixed martial arts, right? You could do boxing or something like that to get the confidence that, okay, if things was to go down, you know how to handle your stuff, you know? Stuff like that. You have to figure out what it is for yourself. You don't necessarily have to do that alone. Maybe that could work for you, but you have to do something where it builds your confidence, so that way you are seen as a commoner. You have to put on the mask of being a common person. If that doesn't work, you have to be a common person, because I also learned that human beings, when they sense you're not like a common person, that's when they will come after you. That's when they will come to you the most, because then now you're looked at as a mysterious guy. So let me tell you this right now, right? Some people say, "Oh, be mysterious and stuff like that." Are you sure you're capable of being mysterious? That's the real question, because I'm telling you, there's some dudes that are just naturally mysterious, and the things they have to deal with because of how mysterious they are, most people can't handle it. I'm telling you from experience. Like, some of you are looking at me like, oh, like I may not, just because I'm talking to the camera, right? It kind of makes it seem like, oh, you know, this guy, he seems like he's full of it, and he's saying he's mysterious, even though I'm talking to him. He doesn't seem like a mysterious guy. Outside of this whole recording camera thing, stuff like that, when I'm out there, I'm like, I don't really be talking to anybody, bro. I just try to stay in my own lane, try to mind my own business. But I'm telling you, some of you guys ain't ready for this mysterious persona. You're not ready for that because the things that comes with it, man, it's very, very, very taxing. And the price you have to pay with that is getting your nervous system affected by it. I know you guys haven't heard that word in a while, but yes, everything that I've just explained affects your nervous system, man. So if you come out as a introverted, empathic, mysterious person, bro, people are gonna come after your nervous system, right? Like for example, I went and seen the movie Sinners today, right? Great movie. I mean, like, bro, that movie was good. Like, I would say that movie is like a nice 8.5 out of 10. But I left that place, right? I left the movie theater, but as I was leaving the movie theater, the reptilians were following me around, were like hissing at me. Like oh, I call them reptilians because reptilians are people that be hissing and whistling at you, right? That's what I have to deal with. That's in my world. I don't know if you guys be dealing with that, but the reptilians will start like hissing at you or start whistling at you. That's what they do here in Phoenix, Arizona. Is like the culture here. You know, you ever watch the Western movies where you hear the dude like whistling music in the introduction? That's what they do here. And the women, they tend to hiss at you when they don't like you. They'll start hissing at you or doing stuff like this, like tss, like tss, like a snake, like tss, you know. Or the dudes, they will start whistling at you as if they're playing music, like or like speaking to the birds, you know. That's the culture here. But they only do that if they don't like you and they just want your attention. And that is psychological warfare. Like when I experience that, it's psychological warfare that comes to mind. But it can't hurt me no more because before it was like, oh, it's getting annoying, I have to deal with this. But then I realized, I'm like, bro, it's the job I do. The job that I do, which is deliveries, is placing me in position to encounter these folks, right? But unfortunately, over here, it's very hard to get hired. I'm not saying anything, but they don't hire black folks here. I don't know what it is. Like if you come here, you will notice it's not a lot of black people like actually like working jobs here. I promise you. Come to Phoenix, Arizona. You'll see. Tell me how often you see black people really working. They don't really hire black people here. So that's just how it is. But yeah, I realized, okay, it doesn't hurt me no more because like before I would get affected by it, like it will damage my solar plexus area. Like over here, I would get this like feeling over here. I don't know what type of feeling it is, but it's like over here is like a very like pushing down feeling I get when I deal with that. And I dealt with this for so long to the point where it's like it can't hurt me no more. But the good thing about this, right? When you train your nervous system, right? The best way to train your nervous system is by doing anything that has to do with resistance training. Pull-ups. You do pull-ups and you hold. That's training nervous system. Do anything that has to do with like mental resistance and physical resistance, right? Meditating could be one way of training your nervous system, but the best way to do it is like by physical activity. That trains your nervous system the most. But I realized it doesn't hurt me as much anymore. Before I used to get really affected by it, but then I just look at it as like, you know, like I just look at it in a term of pittiness, like pity and how pathetic it really is. I say it's pathetic because if you're not really that special of a person, people won't have a reason to just bother you for no reason, you know what I'm saying? People won't really just go out of their way just to get in your way. Maybe you could be walking and people can see you walking to the area and they'll just get in your way and stand there and you have to go around and like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you wasn't really that special of a person to somebody, right? Then they wouldn't do that to you. And then I had to realize, I'm like, okay, maybe it's because I get it. Maybe like there's haters, right? There's haters. People hate, right? People don't have to get to know you to hate on you, bro. There's people that they could just look at you and just feel that type of way. And they can't really do anything to you physically because they don't know you. So they will use these tactics to be like, the best way to affect this person is drain his energy. And what's the best way? What's the one area where it provides energy to the body? The nervous system, right? The nervous system. You have to do something so hard to the point where anything that you're dealing with, whether it's in the outside world, whether it's dealing with the vampires at work, whether it's just people that's just coming around you or whatever it is, right? You have to do something that's so hard and so mentally and physically tough to the point where things like that don't affect you. So let's say if you're somebody, let's say for example, you're getting whipped 10 times, right? You have to get used to getting whipped 50 times so those 10 times don't feel like nothing, right? If you're somebody that is carrying a boulder, a stone on your back, maybe like two stones on your shoulders, right? And you have to walk up this heavy hill, right? You have to get used to lifting a big boulder on your back and going up a steeper hill. So that way when you carry those two boulders, it ain't bad. It ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not as bad as it seems. You get the concept that I'm saying? That you get the concept of what I'm saying, right? That's how I learned that your nervous system is the number one affected area when it comes to people in human nature to affect you. Look at it everywhere. Look at when people are crying because somebody did something wrong them, right? It's because that person damaged their nervous system. If somebody is going through heartbreak, remember when your girlfriend, your first girlfriend, you found out she cheated on you and she broke up with you, or ladies, your boyfriend, he did you wrong or whatever, or your first boyfriend or whatever, right, that did you wrong and you was crying. Think about your first heartbreak, right? You know what area was affected the most? Your nervous system. Your nervous system is the number one area you need to protect. When people say, hey, protect your energy, protect your nervous system. That's what they mean, bro. That's what they mean. And it just came to mind because I was just driving and stuff, and I was doing Uber Eats, and I went to Smashburger, right? And this girl, right? Because I notice patterns. People tend to say, "Oh, confirm the order," because they think that you're gonna eat their food. I just grab the bag and I walk out, right? But for me, I'm just like, don't waste my time. I'm grabbing and I'm going, right? So I just grab it and go. But it's the principle, that the fact that she just wanted to provoke, just to provoke. You know what I'm saying? That affected me. It affected me. I'm like, who this little girl think she is, telling me to confirm the order as if I'm gonna eat this nasty ass food? You need to protect that nervous system, man, because it can stress you out so much. And I realized, I'm like, yo, my parents, my hair genetics, we don't bald in our family. And then I realized, why am I thinning over here? And I realized, I'm like, oh, I did my research about the nervous system, and I'm like, if you have a high cortisol, high stress, and it could damage your nervous system, which could damage most areas of your body. It could start with hair thinning, and then it could start to digestive, constipation issues. It could lead to aging faster, because I'm only 27. Some people think that I'm like 36. You know what I'm saying? Because of the stress I go through. And I try my best to maintain and just keep myself going, proper skincare, eat healthy, all that stuff like that. Just because I'm being stressed out, not because I'm overworking or anything, right? And I realize it's not me, it's the people out there that is draining my energy. And I learned that I'm an empathic person and I'm introverted, and I think this job is not the best job for me. But the problem is I can't find a job, right? Because nobody wants to hire, and I have to figure out how to create something for myself. So enough about me, but I'm just trying to tell you, please protect yourself out here. Protect yourself out here, man. This is a whole new world out here, And people, human nature, when it comes to human nature, if you are a non-common like person, you are a target. People will stare at you, people will come around you. If you're an introverted person and they know you're not trying to talk, you know human beings know when you're a social person. And if you're not a social person, right, people will come out of their way and make sure you open your mouth. They want you to open your mouth. That's what they want you to do if you're introverted. The same way how you're extroverted, how people don't want you to talk, but you're extroverted, so you need to talk. Introverts have to deal with the fact that they don't want to talk to nobody, but yet people will find a way for you to open your mouth. Just to open your mouth, right? Like, they will do something where they will just open their mouths just for you to say a reply. Like, funny thing here, like for me, I deal with it's mainly women that I deal with, because come on now. But anyway, there have been some instances where I'm out and about, and I'm going, maybe I'm in like a Target doing an Uber order, and I'm trying to get in and out like that. I remember like I don't know if she's like middle age, but she seemed like she was in her mid 40s. She sees that I'm going this particular area, and she comes over there and blocks my way. She blocks my way because she knows I'm going over there, and she just wants me to open my mouth to say, "Excuse me, I'm trying to pass by." It's in one aisle, and it's like this one whole aisle with like ice cream, juices, and all that stuff. So here's like the food area, and here's like the ice cream area. So there's like one whole lane here. So the lady out of this lane right here, I'm walking down here, and she's over here, and you make like a little turn. You make like a little turn in here. So she speeds up and blocks my way. She blocks my way, acting like she's looking for something and all that. And I try to go around, but she turns it as if like, no, you gotta say something, then I'll move. And I say, "Excuse me." And then she just turns, and then she just walks. And I just walk through, and then she just turns around and goes this way. You see what I'm saying? So those are psychological attacks. Those are spiritual attacks. This is why I say, if you learn and you study people, right? If you study people and you learn about people, life will get much easier for you, and your nervous system will not get affected as much, because now you know how people operate. Now you know how people operate. And I'm not saying you should learn from just a book, right? I read books all the time. I read books like that. I wish if I had a job to get paid for reading books, I would do it. But they don't have those jobs. But anyway, if you learn about people through experience, which I think that nobody knows more about people more than a delivery driver, especially that's doing food deliveries. Like, if you want somebody that knows street smart, if I had to pick somebody that has to know the knowledge about human beings and street smarts, I would get an Uber Eats or DoorDash driver, a full-time Uber Eats and DoorDash driver. That person has the ultimate knowledge on how human nature works and street smarts. Because I'm telling you, that guy knows everything. So pick that guy if you want somebody that knows human nature and street smarts, because that guy knows the knowledge. He's always dealing with them all the time. So you start learning about these people and stuff like that. And once you start learning about the human nature and you see the patterns that you have been experiencing like that, it will get much easier for you to tolerate, especially if you give out this patient aura. Oh, don't be a patient guy either, bro. If you're a guy that seems like he has a high level of tolerance and patience, oh yeah, you're gonna get tested a lot, bro. People are really gonna test you until they find out. They basically want to FAFO. But they just wanna know. They just wanna know. You know? Like, for example, in the gym, right? Some dudes just see you lifting light weight and all that stuff like that, they'll come right next to you and try to outlift you until they see you deadlift like 405 for like 6 reps. Right? Then they will back off and be like, okay, this guy, he's definitely strong, bro. He's definitely strong, you know? Just like that. So that's why I'm slowly also realizing that we are living in a FAFO society nowadays. right? Like that's the new thing now. You have to let people know. You have to let them find out things in order for them to get humbled. That's the only way human beings learn. That's what I had to learn about human nature as well. Okay? Like we really underestimate the people that is before us until we realize, oh snap, this guy was like that. I didn't know that at all. And then that's when we start to get humbled, right? That's why you don't see a lot of wise people walking around. You don't see a lot of real people walking around, bro. You don't see real people really roaming around like that no more, bro. Because all the real people just want peace. Like if I see somebody that's by himself or by herself or doesn't want to be bothered and stuff like that, 9 times out of 10, I know that person is a real one, bro. That person is most likely a real one. That person is really a real one. He or she is not fake at all. Because there's a reason why that person is introverted. There's a reason why that person doesn't want to really be around or associate or talk like that, bro. Yeah, maybe that person's having a bad day. But if that person is generally like that, that person is a real one, bro. A real one, right? But anyway, guys, protect your nervous system. Find out the patterns that you have been dealing with and why is it affecting you. Figure out, like, if you get this bad vibe, figure out why is it giving you that bad vibe. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, man, if your nervous system gets really, really damaged, bro, your immune system's gonna get messed up, constipation, you're gonna get acne, you're gonna look older. It's not gonna be a good sight. So yeah, that's all I got for you, man. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any stories to tell, or if you just realized something, bro, I really want to hear insight from you guys. But thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.